Okay, here we are again. Another cooking video. Today what we're going to do is we're going to do pork roast and sauerkraut in the Instant Pot. I normally do it in the crock pot or a pot on top of the stove. I've not done it yet in the Instant Pot, so this is going to be a first for me also. I know you're saying it's not New Year's, but it ain't got to be New Year's. You can eat sauerkraut anytime you want. So stick around and we'll show you how it's done. Okay, so we took the pork roast out of the bag. This is pretty big, so I'm going to cut it right in half. And that's all I'm going to do with it. You know what? I changed my mind at the last second. It's going to be 4 big pieces. So we're going to go with that right there. Okay, so now we're going to take the lid off the old Instant Pot. Get the stuff out of the inside. Put a little bit of olive oil in here. Don't need a whole lot. That looks just about like enough. I'm going to come over here. Going to hit the saute button. There we go. Done. Now this is going to start warming up pretty quick. And we're going to brown the meat right inside of here. We're going to brown it right inside the Instant Pot. When it's browned, we're going to put the sauerkraut, our chicken broth in there, a little bit of brown sugar, close it up. We're going to stick it on for 30 minutes and see what happens. Look at that. You got to love these Instant Pots, I'm telling you. This is the same way I done my pot roast. You put the roast in there, sear it on all, all the sides, on the flat surfaces, whatnot. And then you don't have to take it out. I mean, you just leave it in there, and then you add everything else into there. Pop the lid on, set your timer, and you're good to go. Look at that. Now that's what I'm talking about. Lift them a little bit right there. Flip them to the flat side. You see I'm not seasoning the pork. There's no sense in it. It'll get its flavor from the sauerkraut because I'm going to add the chicken broth with no salt. When you use chicken broth in sauerkraut, make sure it's unsalted because the sauerkraut has plenty of sodium. So unsalted chicken broth, a little bit of brown sugar, sauerkraut. Maybe I'll throw some fresh cracked pepper in there because you got to do that. And then we'll see what happens. Look at that. Now we're getting there. That's what I'm talking about. I'll give it another minute or two on the bottom side, let that sear up a little bit, and then we'll put the rest of the ingredients in, and I'll show you what to do with it then. Oh, I forgot to mention, you don't have to sear it. You could stick your meat in here completely raw with all the ingredients, and it'll cook up just fine. I just do this because I like the color, and when you brown up the pork, it just gives it that extra little flavor. If you're a sauerkraut and pork lover, you know what I'm talking about. Okay, that's the bottom side. That's the flip side. So I'm going to call that good enough. They're seared. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn this. We're going to hit the red button for off. I'm going to add everything to it and then turn it back on. Alright, you missed the first can opening by itself, but I'll make sure to catch the second can, okay? Okay, there's the first can in. And as you can see, I kind of just tucked it around them chops. Well, they're not chops, it's pork roast cut up. And the reason I'm doing 3 pounds of sauerkraut is because that pork roast was big. And so, you know, I want to have enough sauerkraut to go with the amount of pork that's going to be in there. Okay, now we're going to put this other can in. Bam! Just like that. I told you I wouldn't let you miss it. I love them things, man. Okay, before I put the other can in, though, we're going to put a half a cup of brown sugar. Now, I'm not putting a lot of sugar in here. This is the first time I've actually sweetened it up, so I don't want to go crazy with it just in case it's too much. So just half a cup of brown sugar. We'll spread that around. Other can of kraut. Just like that, plop. Smash that down a little bit. And we're just going to be at the line. See there? You can't go above that line for when you pressure cook. So we're going to be just below it. We're going to have a pot full of love right here. Let's get this big. Look at this. Look at that ugly. Let me see if I can get it. Look at this ugly piece of sauerkraut. We're not going to have that in there. Nope, we're not having that in there. See you later. Okay, now let me open the chicken broth. We'll pour that in. And then on to the next step. Fresh cracked black pepper. You know I gotta have that. And then our Progresso unsalted chicken broth. Here we go. Let me see if that's enough. Let me see if I think that's enough or not. See, you got to remember with these pressure cookers, the amount of liquid that you put in there stays in there. It goes nowhere. It doesn't evaporate or leak out. It's sealed right in here. So whatever liquid you have in there is going to be the same when you open it back up. It goes nowhere except into the meat and penetrates it and makes it like love. You know what I mean? A little more. Okay, let's see here. I'm going to call that good. So, what we're going to do is we're going to take our lid, throw it on here, make sure that this is set to pressure cook. Come down here, hit manual, kick it up to. We're gonna go for a full half hour, 30 minutes. I want to make sure that pork's done. Okay, it's on. We'll be back when it's done.
I'm gonna have to go piss. Watch my God.
9 minutes left.
All right.
9 minutes. I'll tell you what, it's smelling pretty darn good too. That's with the lid on. Okay, we're done. It kicked on low. It's actually been on low for a minute because I was sitting in the other room. And now what we're going to do, just like on the last video, let me turn the light on. We're going to release the steam. As I said before, get something.